À l'ouest de la Slovénie, près de la frontière italienne, se situe le petit village de Cerkno, où est perpétuée la tradition de la Laufarija.
That Laufarija dates back to the Middle Ages, when the Christianity was not practiced here in Cerkno. It was still very pagan tradition here.
De l'allemand Laufen, le nom de la Laufarija fait explicitement référence à la course-poursuite à laquelle consiste le carnaval. Pendant tout le mois de février, la troupe de 25 personnages, incarnée par le port de masque en bois de tilleul, chasse Poust. Poust est le personnage principal. Il représente toutes les mauvaises choses auxquelles la vie du village a fait face lors de l'année qui vient de s'écouler. La troupe représente le cœur battant du village. Chaque personne incarne un rôle stéréotypé des habitants d'antan. Sur la place principale en face de l'église, l'atelier de la Laufarija s'anime tous les soirs de semaine jusqu'au dernier jour du carnaval. Pour faire partie de la Laufarija, plusieurs règles sont à respecter. L'atelier est exclusivement masculin et chaque personne qui endosse un costume a interdiction de se dévoiler, même à sa famille.
If you say this information to the other people that are not here in Laufarija, you will be excluded from Laufarija. You will be kicked out and you will not have the chance to come back to Laufarija ever again. This is a very strict rule. So when you are dressed, you must assure that you are not recognized. We wear gloves, we change our shoes, we use those blankets that is used for hiding your face from the side. So your ears, your beard, your hair is hidden when you bond yourself in such a way. Some of the masks, especially the atelier, are much bigger than your face, so you need another one of this fazzoletto. You must change the way of your walk. If you wear the shoes that are too little for your feet, this is the best way, so you are constantly limping, walking in a different way.
Chaque soir, les membres se rejoignent pour s'atteler à la fabrication de quelques costumes éphémères. Les hommes sont plutôt jeunes, preuve de l'importance de la tradition dans le village.
In this warm we are changing, we are preparing for the Laufarija. We are putting on the masks, the uniforms. This is a very old tradition. It dates back to the 14th or 13th century. The exact year of the creation of this tradition is still unknown, because this is a tradition that goes from generation to generation. But we know that Laufarija was not interrupted until the First World War, until 1914. Laufarija was stopped because the First War started. So during the war there were no money, no time, and also no men to dress up in those characters. So after the First War in 1918, the big part of Slovenia, called Primorska, also our town Cerkno, was conquered by the Italian government. The Italian government forbid everything that was Slovene. Slovenian sports clubs, Slovenian cultural clubs, also the names and last names of people here in Cerkno, the name of streets here in Cerkno were all changed into the Italian way. Today we are standing in this house. 100 years ago we were standing on Via 4 Novembre, as Mussolini had the birthday on the 1st of November. So the Italian government also forbid Laufarija. During the Second War, Cerkno was bombarded 4 times from the German side with aeroplanes. They completely destroyed the town of Cerkno, and in 1944 Laufarija was extinct. It was gone, it was all destroyed. There were the original 14 Laufarija characters that were still remembered from the older people before the First War, and after that year new characters were brought into Laufarija, and this is now the whole picture. So 25 characters.
Lors de leurs apparitions, les personnages interagissent avec les enfants et divertissent le public en se mettant en scène. Ensuite, ils défilent dans les rues plus reculées du village, vestiges d'un ancien monde, articulé par l'incarnation des différents stéréotypes. L'ensemble est guidé par les policiers, qui courent dans tous les sens pour assurer le bon déroulement du défilé, qui semble hors du temps.
If you look all of the characters, you will see that there are many farmers, workers, men that take care of animals, cows, sheep, and so on. There are also fine town people like the Mr. and the Mrs. Some characters that are a bit special here in Laufarija, let's say the drunk man, the drunk woman, the wild man, the bartender. If you look the whole Laufarija family, you will see an old 100 years old Cerkno society. They are also responsible for the name Laufarija because they are constantly running. They are dressed in those uniforms which are made out of tierja, we call it in Slovenian tierja. They carry with them a big long wooden sticks, and they are constantly running on the Cerkno streets. So they are responsible for law and order. When a car drives by, they stop the car. If someone from the audience wants to mix in between the Laufari, they are also responsible for pushing him back into the crowd. The baker is the first one that walks in the Laufarija procession. The big wooden bracket for placing bread into the oven. On the one side of the bracket it says Laufarija Cerkno and the head of Pust, the main character, and smrt Pustu, death to the Pust. We want Pust to be executed. And the dates of Carnival Sunday and Carnival Tuesday. The dates are different every year, so they are written in chalk, so we can erase them. The one with all the illnesses and so on. His face is a very odd, different color because he has all of the illnesses. He is very bad. He represents the plague from the Middle Ages. We call him Tasmrko, the one that has the runny nose, and he's constantly making this. And he is also dressed in the national uniform of our Primorska region, and he plays the accordion. The gentleman and the lady, they represent the higher class of Cerkno society, the fancy one. They are also dressed in fancy clothing. The gentleman carries with him a walking stick. The potato guy, because his uniform is made out of bags that are used for storing potatoes. He's a bit chubby in the face, a bit fat, and also his nose is pretty big. That represents that he had a very good year, many potatoes, many carrots, and he is not hungry. He is also smiling like, I do not care about the winter because I have many reserves. The straw roof man, because his uniform represents older roofs here in Cerkno that were covered in. His clothes are made in the exact same way as an old roof, so the upper row covers the lower one, so the rain drips away. And the corn leaf guy, he's also a shepherd, a man responsible for the animals in the pastures, on the meadows. He carries with him big wooden stick and a shepherd's hat. Those leaves must be sewn by the hand with an ordinary needle. one lives at a time into the uniform. So the whole process takes from 3 to 4 weeks of sewing.
Son costume, comme celui de Proust, est refait chaque année par les hommes de l'atelier. Ils vont chercher eux-mêmes les branches, ils trient les feuilles et les cousent une par une à l'aide d'un crochet et de fil.
We first make the uniform of Proust. We go in the end of November, in the beginning of December. We go to the Cerkno forest to collect the moss from the grass, and then we dry the moss.
Le procédé se répète inlassablement. Les costumes éphémères représentent des mois de travail chaque année. Les personnes qui fabriquent et portent les costumes, elles, s'interchangent au gré des générations. Et la tradition continue sous les yeux émerveillés des enfants du village qui jouent avec les personnages et qui, dans quelques années, endosseront peut-être l'un de ces fameux costumes.